that's one of the keys for business is just be of service. How can you serve others? If you can serve others, right, you can make a lot of money.
Right now, everything we're talking about is different, and it doesn't mean to stop. This exactly goes back to the business continuity. What do we want for our business? Okay, now let's recalculate how to get there.
Yeah.
So
I give you another great example. And this is going on right now. A couple of years ago, I actually was in a meeting with the $1 Million Speakers Group, and I was in this group with, and we were all talking about breakthroughs. I was talking about, my frustration. I said, I want to go do this thing, but I got to get the money for it, and I gotta hire the people, then I got to teach them how to do it, then I got to go do this and do this. And Dan Burris, who's a futurist, said something that was just an epiphany, and he said, X is a service. And I said, what do you mean X is a service? What the hell are you talking about? X is a service. What the hell does that mean, Dan? That doesn't help me. That's a bunch of bullshit stuff. What the X is a service? What is that? And so he goes, Jeff, why do you have to do that? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, why do you have to do it? And I went, oh my gosh, why do I have to go do all that? Why don't I find somebody else that knows how to do this? You do this all the time,
right.
Steve. It's like, you do this all the time. You've been preaching this forever. And he goes, why don't you just have these other guys do it? And then you just call it yours and then have them do it. And then you got all that and you do what you do and they do what they do and you all both make money. Okay. I'm doing that all the time. Like last week I set up, everybody's having a tough time getting money, right? Everybody's having a tough time, whether it's a PPP, the EDLs or whatever, or just finding enough cash to be able to do the thing. So, I tell people there's lots of things you can go do. You can put forbearance programs in to stop things or go tap cash places for your life insurance or whatever. There's lots of things you can go do. But what about just get a loan? So, well, Jeff, I can't get a hold of the bank. So I went, oh, okay. Well, I'll start a bank. Well, I can't start a bank. So I went to somebody that has it and I said, I want to create something where I can send people here. And I found somebody that can do 25 up to 25 different banks that will send them a loan, vetted funding. And I started csuiteloans.com.
There you go.
And that was on Friday. And here we are on Thursday. And we already have people who are getting funding through that program. And we're helping people. I mean,
and you help a lot of people.
Service.
That's it. You're helping the bank itself, like you're getting them more business. It becomes a win-win-win, right? And now they're getting the funds.
X is a service.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't have to do it. So I went and found a company called vettedfunding.com and through a friend who brought it, who just happened to bring it to me that day. I mean, talk about divine intervention. No, I got it. Totally agree. And somebody who I trust who just said, I've been thinking about this. It's amazing you called. Yes, I'm in. Let's do it. Get me a meeting. We got a meeting later that day. We went through the whole program. They showed it to me. I said, can you change the greens to grays, the this to this color, branding. And change that, put my logo here, put this description, and literally 3 days later, boom, we're running.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, and this is, I just making highlights of what you just said. This is where, when we think, and this goes to the whole theme of what this is becoming for this podcast today, is that, what you want, like what is the goal, and then allow for it to come in the way that it comes. Sometimes when we force things, that's why I always like Bruce Lee's saying, be water. Bruce Lee said, be water, and, about living on property, like up the hill from my house, I have big bay trees, and one of the winters, the bay tree, one bay tree fell and it knocked down two more. And then where I used to hike, I couldn't go through, and it was still raining. It was like wet season. And so the water diverted where it went around because this tree on the way, it was almost like a dam. And I saw, oh, there goes the water. It's still making it down the hill. And then I went around the tree. I still made it up the hill. And this is exactly what you're talking about in business right now. You're willing to flex and find the way. And it doesn't have to be us. Sometimes that's the other thing. We think, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. No, you don't. There's people, we do what we do best and delegate the rest. That's one of the sayings I love so much. And that's what you did. You pulled together the team. And I think the thing is, this is all of service. Let's just bring this back. All of service, because when you go, how do you make partnerships happen so quickly like this? You went to this lending institution. You're like, how can I help you get more loans? right? Because that's how they do business, right?
Yeah.
Then you're like, you have other people in need. And this is why you even sought this out, because they're like, I can't get enough funding. So you're like, well, how can I solve this? Oh, let me find this. You're bringing all these people together, and it's all of service. That's why it works, because you're caring about all the people involved and everyone wins. And this is why this goes to your book, The Hero Factor. We're not doing business just to make money. We're doing business. Yes, we're going to make money to provide for ourselves so we can all keep doing what we're doing, but you're doing it of service of everyone. And that's why it moves so fast. That's why in 1 week you were able to turn this around, because everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted it.
Yeah.
And so
just, it's be of service. If you can be of service, I mean, that's one of the keys for business is just be of service. How can you serve others? If you can serve others, right, you can make a lot of money.
That's just it. My kids ask me, Dad, what, this is younger years now, but they're like, Dad, what's business? And I'm like, it's helping people. Like, as long as I've always believed that if I can help people, then I'll always have business. Even when I lost, when I went into downfall, my lowest moment of business, and everyone's asking me, are you going to go get a job? And I'm like, what? It was like so Greek to me. Talk about being different, right? Like from the living in the same place to living all over. That was like them speaking a different language. I had no comprehension. I'm like, no, I'm just going to call people, ask them what they need. I'm going to help them, and I'm sure I'll be okay.
That's awesome.
Hey there, I want to give you something really big. It's called Clear Path to Customers. It's the way that we get the right language to get the right client. I like to call them your wow clients, so that you can have more results, more revenue, more raving fans, and more referrals. And I want to give this to you absolutely free. And all you have to do is go to stevenapolitan.com to check it out, or you can look at the description here. We'll put the details there. As always, remember, choose gratitude and create freedom.